Young and the Restless. Billy gambles and Mariah schemes. By the end of this week, we've got Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, pleading with Billy, trying to convince him to walk away from Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn. No way does Sally want Billy to work with Kane and ruin everything they've been planning and working hard towards. But Billy doesn't want to play it safe. Now Sally is afraid they're going to lose everything. She's even more frantic because Billy told her that Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, pulled the funding for Abbottcom, the company that Sally was supposed to be running. Billy says that Kane is their only shot at success because Jack backed out, and with good reason. Sally thinks Kane's bad news. Sally thinks Kane is leading Billy off a cliff and taking Sally down with him. She understands that Billy is still upset that Jill Abbott, Jess Walton, sold Chancellor to Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, but Sally thinks they should be focusing on what they were building together and not revenge. But Billy Kane is the only way to get Chancellor back. He is obsessed. Billy insists that he and Kane both want the same thing, to take down Victor. Billy thinks Kane needs him to do it. Sally is upset because she gave up everything for Billy. She sacrificed her fashion career and put her reputation on the line. A lot of people warned her about him. Without Abbottcom, Sally has nothing, and she wants Billy to choose her over revenge on Victor and over Kane. Billy is insisting he actually doesn't need to use Kane's AI. He says he can threaten Victor to make him hand over Chancellor, or Billy will ruin Victor's company with Kane's AI software. So, he's planning to do some light blackmailing rather than using this program. Billy is full of all this big talk, but what Sally sees is he is gambling with his life, with hers, and with both their futures. Of course, Billy's not going to listen to her. Sally basically tells Billy if he doesn't stop, they are over. Sally confides in Diane. Michael Baldwin's double agent mission. In Young and the Restless spoilers for next week, Sally goes over to talk to Diane because she knows from Jack that her hubby took back the Abbottcom funding. Of course, Diane is worried, and she asks Sally if Billy is all right. Sally's upset, and she tells Diane, "No, Billy is not all right." Sally tells Diane that Billy is about to make the biggest mistake of his life. As this week on Young and the Restless ended, we also saw Michael Baldwin, Christian Jules LeBlanc, agreeing to work with Kane as his fixer but insisted nobody can know. But of course, Victor already knows because Michael is planning to spy on Kane for Victor. Kane, as his first order of business, told Michael to go make amends and get close with Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, again. Michael turned around and reported that to Victor immediately. So Michael and Victor have decided that if Phyllis confirms to Michael that she's scheming with Kane, then they know they need to take action against the guy. Billy and Kane's dangerous alliance. The fight for Newman Enterprises. Next week's Young and the Restless spoilers have Kane meeting with Billy to try and lock him into this risky plan. We will see Kane asking Billy how long he's dreamed about taking down Victor. Then we're going to see Kane telling Billy he just needs to say yes, and they will start dismantling Newman Enterprises. It looks like Billy is probably on board to get revenge on Victor. The question remains of whether Billy is going to work with Kane or try to work around Kane. Billy claimed to Sally again, he doesn't have to use Kane's AI to get what he wants. Billy thinks he can just threaten Victor, and he'll give up Chancellor. But we all know that Billy is never going to threaten Victor out of anything, and that's going to leave him in a position where Billy is probably going to have to work with Kane. It looks like Billy is dangerously close to losing everything. He's already lost Abbottcom. His brother Jack is pretty much done with him. Right now, Billy is very, very close to pushing Sally away and losing her for good as well. In the end, Billy may have nobody left but Kane. And it's doubtful that Billy can actually trust Kane or vice versa. It looks like Billy is headed down a really risky road, and there may be no coming back from it. His mom, Jill, is in town soon. Maybe she can talk sense into him. Maybe not. Michael Baldwin's secret mission. Peacekeeper or pawn in Genoa City. Meanwhile, Billy has no idea that Victor has put a spy into Kane's inner circle, which is Michael, who is reporting back to Victor. However, Michael also told Victor that he's only doing this spying thing to prevent a war between the families. Michael isn't going in there to try and sabotage anybody or hurt anybody or do Victor's dirty work. Michael actually doesn't consider that doing this is him working for Victor. He feels like he's working for peace in Genoa City. But I also suspect that Kane may have hired Michael knowing he would report back to Victor. So, Kane may be planning to use Michael to feed info to Victor that he wants him to have or to feed Victor info on people that Kane may consider expendable to him. Mariah Copeland's mysterious plot with Daniel Romalotti. A threat to Tessa? Also, next week we've got Mariah plotting with someone surprising, and that person is Daniel. We know that he's been getting closer to Tessa Porter, Kate Fairbanks. Guess who else knows this? Mariah does. She has seen Tessa with Daniel on several occasions. Mariah asked Daniel to meet her in the park. When he shows up, Mariah asks if he did what she asked, and Daniel did. It seems like what Mariah asked was that meet her in secret. He confirms to Mariah that Tessa does not know he's there meeting her. Daniel didn't tell her. We know Mariah is the one that insisted she and Tessa legally separate, and she had the visitation schedule created. Plus, Mariah recently told Tessa she almost killed a man. Remember the pillow over the face? Whatever Mariah is about to ask of Daniel, I do suspect that she's doing it with Tessa's best interest at heart. However, Daniel keeping secrets from Tessa is a recipe for disaster since that's what Mariah been doing, and Tessa doesn't like it. Daniel has feelings for Tessa. We all know this. So, they might have a future together. It looks like Mariah is taking off for a while. She may ask Daniel to please be there for Tessa since she is leaving town. Mariah might even give Daniel her blessing to pursue Tessa and just ask that he is a good stepdad to their daughter, Aria Porter Copeland. Genoa City is never short on intrigue, but this week's drama hits the perfect storm of risk, revenge, and recklessness. Billy Abbott is back to his old habits, pushing the limits with a dangerous gamble that could destroy everything he's built, while Mariah Copeland dives headfirst into a secret scheme that threatens to upend relationships across town. Both think they're in control, but in true Young and the Restless fashion, one wrong move could send their worlds crashing down. Billy's dangerous game. Billy Abbott has always walked a fine line between brilliance and self-destruction. 4 weeks, he's been restless, itching for a thrill after feeling sidelined at Chancellor Winters. With Lily Winters laser-focused on the company's growth and Jill keeping him on a tight leash, Billy starts feeling like a spare part in his own story. The temptation to prove himself, to show that he can still outsmart the competition, this time, burns bright. It's not poker chips or blackjack tables calling his name. It's a high-stakes business gamble. Word spreads that a rival firm is quietly buying up tech patents in the Midwest, innovations that could revolutionize the logistics sector. Billy smells opportunity and convinces himself this is his moment to shine. He secretly moves money from a dormant Chancellor Winters fund to invest, swearing he'll triple the profit before anyone notices. He doesn't tell Lily. He doesn't tell Jill. And that's mistake number 1. At first, everything seems golden. His contact, a slick broker named Marcus Dane, feeds him glowing updates about the investment. Billy's confidence soars. He starts acting like the old Billy again. Cocky, charming, almost unstoppable. But Phyllis Summers spots him meeting Marcus at Society, and immediately smells something fishy. "Don't tell me you're gambling again, Billy boy," she teases, her red lips curving into a knowing smirk. Billy brushes it off, insisting it's just business. But Phyllis knows better. "Every time you say that," she warns, "it ends with someone losing everything." Sure enough, when Jill unexpectedly checks the accounts during a company audit, she finds irregularities. She calls Lily, who confronts Billy in the Chancellor boardroom. "Tell me you didn't touch company funds," Lily demands, voice trembling between fury and heartbreak. Billy tries to spin it, claiming it's all part of a visionary move, a calculated risk. But when the deal starts to crumble, Marcus suddenly unreachable, the patents locked in litigation, it's clear Billy's gamble could cost the company millions. Now, Billy's fighting to fix the mess before Jill finds out the full extent of the damage. He's determined to cover his tracks, even if it means lying to Lily again. But this time, the stakes aren't just financial, they're personal. Because deep down, Billy knows. He might have just gambled away the last person who ever truly believed in him. Mariah's secret scheme. While Billy's busy losing control, Mariah Copeland is playing a different kind of game. One that involves manipulation, secrecy, and a little too much confidence in her own cleverness. After months of tension at work, Mariah is fed up with being overlooked at Jabot's communications division. She's been pitching creative campaigns that go nowhere, while Kyle Abbott gets all the spotlight. When Devin Hamilton hints that Chancellor Winters might be launching a new entertainment branch, Mariah sees her chance to shine, and maybe even outsmart her rivals. So she hatches a plan. She begins secretly feeding ideas to a new influencer brand through a third party, using them as a testing ground for concepts she believes could prove her worth. Her hope? To take credit once they succeed and use it as leverage in her next job offer. At first, everything goes smoothly. Her ideas go viral. The influencer, a rising star named Tessa Fields' lookalike named Lyra Bloom, becomes an online sensation. But soon, Devin starts asking questions. He notices that Lyra's brand looks suspiciously similar to one of Jabot's confidential pitches. Mariah panics. She tells Tessa everything, hoping her wife will understand that it was just a harmless side project. But Tessa, now focused on rebuilding her own music career, is horrified. "Mariah, this isn't you," she says softly. "You've worked too hard to throw it all away for some quick validation." Tessa urges her to come clean, but Mariah is terrified of losing her job, and worse, her reputation. She insists she can fix it before anyone finds out. But when Devin confides his suspicions to Kyle, the walls start closing in. Soon, Mariah's cornered in a meeting she never saw coming. Devin, Kyle, and even Billy trying to save his own skin, all sitting across from her. The irony isn't lost. The gambler and the schemer, both facing exposure on the same day. The fallout. When the truth about Billy's failed investment hits, Jill is livid. She threatens to remove him from his position permanently. Lily, torn between love and loyalty, delivers the final blow. "You always say you're trying to be better," she tells him quietly. "But you keep proving that you're not." Billy's left reeling, uncertain of his next move. He considers leaving Genoa City altogether, but deep down, he knows running won't fix the mess. His redemption arc might just depend on whether he can face his mistakes, without his usual charm or excuses. Meanwhile, Mariah's scheme detonates in spectacular fashion. Devin decides not to press legal charges, but the professional fallout is brutal. Kyle fires her, and her future at Jabot is destroyed. Tessa, while supportive, can't hide her disappointment. "I love you," Tessa tells her, "but you have to start loving yourself enough to stop sabotaging your own success." It's a wake-up call Mariah can't ignore. She realizes that in trying to prove her worth, she lost sight of who she really was. But Genoa City is a place of second chances, and she's determined to earn one. A twisted connection. In a surprising turn, Billy and Mariah cross paths at Crimson Lights, both lost in thought, both licking their wounds. When Billy admits he bet on the wrong thing again, Mariah gives a wry smile. "Funny," she says. "So did I. I bet on myself, but the wrong version of me." Their unexpected honesty sparks something between them, a shared understanding of self-sabotage and survival. Billy offers her a piece of advice. Don't let your worst moment define your story. Just make sure it's not the last chapter. It's the start of a fragile alliance, two flawed souls trying to rebuild, each recognizing their reflection in the other's mistakes. Closing scene. As the episode fades out, Billy stands at the Abbott Mansion's window, watching the rain pour down, his reflection fractured in the glass. Across town, Mariah sits at home with Tessa, typing up a resignation letter she hopes might lead to redemption. Both whisper the same words, almost like a prayer to the restless winds of Genoa City. "I'll do better next time." But in The Young and the Restless, next time always comes with a price.